okay. I see that people are in fact flourishing on my behalf. I truly appreciate that.
Are you there? Hold
Reggie
on, hold on.
also
I'm here with you.
uh,
You, you're not
gonna
live
join
though.
us here momentarily. We're gonna be sad about it. We're gonna be happy about it, and we're gonna live to fight another day. One thing for sure, and two things for certain. If I miss one homecoming, I will not miss two. So I will see y'all next year. I'll be there early, and I'll be ready to do the dance. So y'all prepare in advance, and we'll take it from
Yo,
there. It's a big college football week. Um,
I think you're on your. I think you're on
Hold
your.
on 1 second here. Y'all vibe on out. Repeat that again, brother.
Are you on the Splashcast?
Oh, I think that yes, I am.
It doesn't say you're live at all.
Try that again.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 126 of Saturday Morning Live. Well, the Splashcast. This is the Saturday Morning Live version. All of it is 126. We trying to get the Instagram going. Boy, they got Central all over the MEAC. That is the flagship school for the MEAC right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You will be if you won all your games
There we
too.
go.
But yeah, Reggie is going to join us now.
Yes,
Once
sir.
again, we are here. Happy homecoming to the people in the 757. I ask that you guys have a wonderful and blessed time. I hope that y'all have fun on my behalf.
Did
I
you
saw the
accept me?
little whatever the party was yesterday at the Banks. Looks like a full group. Y'all done bust out the drones, which I'm highly impressed with. But yeah, we're gonna do college football here. And next year you will see me at homecoming bright and early. All intents and purposes. I plan to be there Wednesday.
We claiming it
Um,
next year. Next
yeah.
year for homecoming, the Splashcast will host a live podcast at the 757. We claiming it
Oh, for
this
sure.
year.
Russ was
Uh,
good. Yeah, we'll
what's
be there.
good,
I
my
will be there
people?
for that. That is
We will
that
be
is on the docket.
we will be there. Let me
Go ahead, get yourself together.
yeah,
I
man.
will
Let
be
me
taking
sign
it
in.
taking it light this weekend. The last, I would say, probably about a month for me has been nonstop. And
Month.
this
We
week,
going into November, dog. Let me tell you something. From July until the end of the year is nonstop traveling for your boy. I was in Durham last week. I'm going to one of them places up there next week. We got thanks for joining the Splashcast. You were in the Splashcast live. Did it just end?
yep, come on back. I don't know what just happened. AJ, what's good?
Did you kick me out, bro?
Yeah, Reggie just hit the freeze button on me.
I didn't. I
I'm
was
sure
right
he will
there.
bounce back. Whitney, what up?
What's good, people?
That's what I like to see. My boy's flourishing. I don't know what happened to Reggie.
I'm right here.
I hope
You
the
can't see
same
me?
thing happened to Georgia today. They have a
What's
glitch, and then suddenly, Florida. I, I kind of want to. I don't know what to do with none of my teams. I kind of need them to lose for us to move forward, but I also need them to win so that I can have peace. So it is quite the conundrum.
Ain't no conundrum with me.
And
I need
AJ,
y'all
I'm gonna
to
reach out to
lose.
you because you and I need to talk here soon and very soon.
Yes, sir. All
Um,
right. I don't know what happened. It just said sorry, thank you.
Now,
I
said
said
Reggie is
okay.
no longer with us. I was like, damn, I can see him. He's right there.
I'm sitting right
But
here.
let's not belabor this point anymore before the Chinese weather balloons get to Hayden. And of course, we know these games start at what time? They start at 11. So
12,
make
bro.
sure.
Eastern Standard, brother. Eastern
Oh,
Standard.
okay. Cool story, sir. Cool story. Where I live, they start at 11. So we're gonna get right into it. We
We
have
going
a
ACC
fantastic
first?
yeah, we got a fantastic slate of games. I picked the games that matter. I feel like there are a couple more games that matter this week because you're starting to kind of fall out of the fray of who's really a contender and who's just trying to stay respectable. We're gonna start out first with the ACC. This is a game where I find it very interesting because Florida State is a team that I've had questions about all season, but somehow they've been able to play a pretty soft schedule and win the games that matter, which is all of them. So they play at Wake this week. They are 7-0. Wake Forest is 4-3, 1-3 in the ACC. Um, I think that Florida State wins this game because they're a more complete team, but this is definitely an
Trap
upset
game, trap
alert.
game, trap game, trap game.
100%. That's what Wake Forest likes to do. I think that's how they slowly built this program to where it is. But beating teams that most people just don't expect Wake Forest to beat. Florida State, buckle up, pay attention. But I picked Florida State in this game.
So Florida State has to be disciplined this game. Wake has that slow mesh, that
Yep.
slow zone read mesh, and it's ugly to watch, but it's effective because it holds your linebackers and then just go right behind you in the deep seams. So I got Florida State winning this one because the ACC can't afford to have anybody else lose, and this is their best opportunity for representation with the Big 12 in flux, as well as the Pac 12 cannibalizing itself. Um, I think this is the ACC's best chance. So I think any controversial call will go towards Florida State, and I think Florida State wins this one.
All right. Very next up, we have Pittsburgh versus Notre Dame. This game for a lot of people may be deja vu. It may be a little bit of
Skipping Clemson,
def
NC State, Lord Jesus,
yeah, yeah,
the mighty have
definitely definitely a deja vu game. And the reason I say that is Pittsburgh is once again playing the number 14 team. They just beat the number 14 team a week ago, which was, I think, North Carolina State. Who no, it was Louisville, excuse me. Louisville, who was number 14. They just beat them. Notre Dame, you know, I don't have an ounce of respect for you or your organization. I don't believe in you guys as far as I can throw you. So this I will put in the same trap game alert. If Louisville can lose to Pittsburgh, it's very reasonable, very possible that that Notre Dame can lose to Pittsburgh. Um, I
Shit,
probably
I got Notre Dame beating the shit out of Pittsburgh this game. I think Notre Dame's defense is way too strong for Pittsburgh, Louisville, and whoever else they played. NC State 4-3. Like, I mean, look, nah, they're not on the same plane as Notre Dame. Notre Dame is what we call purgatory. They too good for the trash teams, that they too trash for the good teams. So I think they're gonna beat this trash team by 21 points. It's not even gonna be close.
I don't I think they beat them, but not by 21 points.
Hmm. That's fair. That's fair. What's the next one? Duke Louisville. Gotta pick
That
a Duke Louisville.
yeah, that is the next game. I think that's it. Excuse me. It's the ACC game of the week for sure.
Welcome to basketball season.
Yes. And Coach K versus Rick Pitino. Duke is 5-2, 2-1 in the ACC. Louisville is 6-1, 3-1 in the ACC. I think these are two very evenly matched teams. Jake Plummer's son is the coach for Louis. Is the quarterback for Louisville with 1,901 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 8 interceptions. Tyler Van Dyke. Excuse me, I'm looking at the wrong guy here.
Tyler Van Dyke is
yeah. I moved right to Miami. But for me, this is actually going to be a really good game. This will be a DMB for me, a do not bet. I do think that Louisville probably is just a little bit better of a program. So
I'm listening. Sorry.
I'm going with Louisville. Reezy, what's up? I'm going with Louisville in this. But these teams, they're 18 and 19. They're ACC, teams, and they both have one loss in the conference.
Duke has a top 5 defense in the nation. I'm going Duke.
Oh yeah, we do. Well, no. I just said this is a do not bet. Why did I almost walk myself into something I clearly did not believe in?
Hey man,
so
y'all
no.
know what it is. I'm a black dad now. I gotta check if the baby got quiet. So if the baby get quiet, that means you gotta go check something. So she good. But yeah, I'm going. My bad, people. I am going. Duke's defense is here. Jake Plummer turns the ball. Jake Plummer's son. I don't. Is it Jack?
Jack.
I didn't even know his name, but when you got to. Never mind. I'm going Duke because I think Jake Plummer's son Jack turns the ball over too much, and Duke has a really strong rushing defense. Like I said, I think they're top 5 in the nation, so I'm going Duke here. Duke over Louisville.
Okay. And
sorry
then finally,
Kentucky brethren in the chat. I see y'all. Sorry.
And finally, we have Drake May versus Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech riding high off of an upset last week. Was it last week?
No, North Carolina got upset last week.
No, no, they upset Miami the week before.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago, they beat
So
Miami.
yeah,
Miami lost the game. They didn't really beat Miami.
okay. In this one, I'm taking Miami again, but I think that Virginia just had a big upset too. Oh yeah, that was North Carolina.
Yeah, Virginia
So
beat North Carolina.
yeah, so the thing with that for me is I think that Miami knows that they can't afford to lose any more of these type of games. We already questioned, how much longer Mario Cristobal is going to be in Coral Gables. I think that Miami knows they have to win this game, and I think they win it pretty handily.
So we
What
in
about you?
Virginia, Miami. You started out Georgia Tech, North Carolina.
Oh, my bad. I'm moving too fast. Okay. So yes, I picked Miami and Virginia, but I didn't actually pick that because neither one of those teams are ranked. I'm picking UNC against Duke because Drake May wants to get back into the Heisman race. Um, and I think that he needs a win here against Georgia Tech in order to do that.
You know, Drake May has never beat Georgia Tech.
That's not so. I don't think
Georgia
that
Tech
Drake May
is
is a
three.
very good.
Georgia Tech is three. Has beat them 3 years in a row.
I don't think that he's very good. Harsh reality.
um. So I'm going. I'm going North Carolina here. I'm not picking
Oh, I
Georgia
thought you was
Tech.
about to say. I was about to say, boy, I got 6 on that one.
I'm not picking Georgia Tech, but I would not be surprised. I know this is going to be a game. I don't think Miami. I
For
don't think
sure.
North Miami. I don't think North. This is now you got me acting like you. I don't think North Carolina is going to blow out Georgia Tech, but I think North Carolina wins this game.
Probably a good first half.
Yeah, I can see that.
All right.
What's next?
Next up, we're moving to the Big 12. We have number 6 and undefeated Brett Venables taking the Oklahoma Sooners to Lawrence, Kansas, to play against the I was about to call them Kentucky Jayhawks, the Kansas Jayhawks. This game is important because, like I said, Oklahoma 7-0. Kansas somehow is 5-2, but they are 2-2 within in conference play. We just got to watch all of these Oklahoma games going forward. I do think that Venables wins this one. I don't think that Kansas can pull off the upset here.
So I don't understand what the Big 12 is. So Oklahoma is 7-0, but then you have Texas at 6-1. So those two kind of separated themselves. But then you have Kansas State at 5-2, and then you have the rest at 4-3. So Kansas and Kansas State have historically been the detriment of the Big 12 getting into the college football playoff. Um, Kansas State and Kansas always seem to upset somebody every year. I think even last year, even though TCU made it, Kansas State upset them in the Big 12 championship, and they almost didn't make it because
It's
some teams didn't lose.
scam. It's a scam.
I am going to pick Oklahoma here. Oklahoma's defense, Venables has added a defense to that team. But man, y'all better watch out for Kansas. I'm not confident in this pick, but I'm picking Oklahoma. If anybody wants to pick Kansas in the upset, we got you. But I'm picking Oklahoma here.
Next up, oh Nick,
What's up,
down in the
Nick?
up in the 7-5. Excuse me. Flourish on my behalf. Good to see you, brother. Next up, we picking BYU, who is 5-2, but they're 2-2 within Big
Oh,
12.
BYU too. Yeah, see.
Yeah, well, BYU, you can also throw Oklahoma State. They 5-2. I mean, everybody is 5-2. But you got Texas at 6-1. Now, this game is very interesting because there will be no Quinn Ewers in this game. They will be playing both backup quarterbacks. I'm very intrigued to see what this looks like. I think that they say that Arch Manning may get an opportunity to play a little bit, so I'm intrigued to see that. But I think that Texas wins this one just because they're just a better program overall. But you still need to win the game, and not having your starting quarterback puts you at risk every time. It puts you at risk unless you're Utah. Utah is the only team where clearly you don't need your starting quarterback because I don't know, and who's on the screen in Utah. Who you got, Reggie?
You saw that little Nas X over there. They did. They had him as a special guest. I didn't mean that as a joke. I didn't expect for him to be to be a special guest at Utah. In Utah, period. But BYU, back to it. BYU and Texas. I think Texas was going to have a tough time with BYU with Quinn Ewers. Without Quinn Ewers, this is going to be a back and forth game. The over under is 50 points. So that means they think, and a lot of people are taking the over. We don't know anything about these other quarterbacks. We've never seen them play. They don't even get in the. I think Arch Manning is the only one that has played. Malik Murphy.
No, yeah, Malik played, but he only played like 5 snaps. Another 5 snaps he played. Maybe 2 of them were passes. So you don't really have any real data on these guys yet. Now, that kid, I think he's like 6'2", 230, and they say he's got wheels, but I gotta see it.
Who?
Murphy for Texas.
He's like 6'6". He's like
Is he that tall?
6'7". Yeah, Malik Murphy is like 6'5", 6. He might be 6'4", 240.
I think that. Yeah.
He's a big dude, but I think this is the perfect
6'5", 238. My
6'5", 240. I think they want what's up, Rod? I think
Rod,
they
what
want
up?
people to. I think they want not Quinn Ewers, Arch Manning to play. This is literally what happened to Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning started at Tennessee. They played Alabama on a Thursday night game. Quarterback gets hurt. Peyton Manning comes in, ushers a drive at home. They score. No, they beat them on the road. Only difference is they're at home. I think they're going to play Arch Manning, and they're going to walk right into the SEC next year with Arch Manning as the starting quarterback.
Locked and stocked.
And Quinn Ewers is going to end up going to the league because this is a weak quarterback draft other than Caleb Williams, who might not.
And Malik Murphy transfers to Ohio State?
Yep. Or Florida. Y'all Graham Mertz dude is
Hey, come on, big dog. Come on. We'd love to have
you. I can see it
you.
happening, man. I can see it happening. He's going to transfer.
I can see clearly now. The rain is gone.
So I'm taking Texas in this game. Last minute field goal. Arch Manning leads a game winning drive.
Gee whiz. Last minute field goal. Hey, boy, y'all better not let it be that close. Next up, this is one of the fakest games in football history. I hate this game every year because Ohio's. No. We're moving to Big Ten. Moving to Big Ten. Candace, hello. How we doing?
Yeah, team mom.
So this is one of the fakest games in football history. Every year when people talk about, the Big Ten and the difficult teams they play, they put in Wisconsin. Well, Wisconsin never has won anything, ever. And then, but mostly just nothing. And even in that, still really nothing. And this is one of the games they use every year. It's like, this is a tough team we play. Well, I expect Ohio State to whoop them because they've been beating people and they don't even have a quarterback. Also, I know y'all want to make Jaden Daniels the new Heisman hopeful. No. Marvin Harrison Jr. is the guy that deserves the Heisman because he is leading his team from the wide receiver position, playing with a terrible quarterback in spite of, and still finding ways to single-handedly beat teams. You have to be an elite wide receiver to play with a bad quarterback and still have your team be one of the top 3 teams in the nation. So make sure you get that guy a Heisman if you have a vote. And Wisconsin, it's a bad day for you. And if you're a cornerback, defensive back, outside linebacker, defensive coordinator, defensive backs coach, you probably had bad dreams for about a week now. Thoughts and prayers. You'll get some rest after this game because you're going to get your ass whooped today.
Ohio State played Penn State last week. I was torn on who to pick because I didn't believe in Ohio State, and I didn't really believe Penn State has never proven to win big games under James Franklin, unfortunately. But at the end of the day, what did I say? Ohio State has Marvin Harrison Jr. And when the game was tight, at the end of third and fourth quarter, what happened? They just threw the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. the whole second half. This is exactly what's going to happen here. Only it's going to happen in the first quarter. And it's going to be 28-0 or 21-3 or whatever. Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to firmly plant himself as a Heisman Trophy finalist with this game. Now,
I concur.
Ohio State offensive line, y'all better not let Wisconsin defense come in there and go in there and whoop y'all. It's hard to play in Wisconsin. Madison is a difficult place to play, especially when they play jump around and go crazy. You know, that's like eating a magic mushroom from Mario Brothers. Like, They
Hey, you bet y'all be careful with the magic mushrooms. That dude tried to land the plane in the air. Bro, we is up here, and you want to land the plane where? This is not a video game. You can't land on no clouds. Oh, stupid ass boy. But yeah, so we
So
pick
I got
Ohio
Ohio
State.
State winning this game. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. does what he does every week. Nobody believes in McCord, even though he's 1,900. This is what I told y'all about Ohio State quarterback. They quarterback McCord. Y'all don't know who he is. 1,900 yards passing, 12 touchdowns, 1 interception, and nobody cares because he's not good. It's all Marvin Harrison Jr. Marvin Harrison Jr. is the reason they're gonna win this game.
Shamathy and Himothy playing on the same team is what you
Let me
get.
tell you who McCord is for Ohio State. He's Nathan Peterman. He is about to make the league as a mediocre person and gonna be ass in the league. And you better send your signing bonus to Marvin Harrison Jr. and say thank you.
I agree with that. Send that money. Send that
Any more
man
Big
his
Ten
money.
games?
Nope. We are moving on to the
Ooh,
Pac-12.
boy, look at the scroll. If you on YouTube, look at the scroll. This is ugly.
Once again, this is the time that you should spend with your family members. None of these games matter. And that's the reason they're all at noon. You got the whole Saturday night to do whatever you want to. Next up, I'm going to go in reverse order here in games of least importance to most importance. Yes, you're right there. You knew it. We've been potting so long, you can read my mind. Oregon State at Arizona. Oregon State, this is a trick back game for you. You need to continue to win to keep yourself competitive. Arizona, I think that they who did they upset early in the season?
UCLA.
No, they upset Washington. No, they upset. Well, this is the thing. State. They lost to Washington, but only by 7. They lost to USC only by 2. Then they upset Washington State 45-6. Oregon State, let me tell you this. Now, Arizona.
You right. I've been thinking about this. You exactly right.
Hey,
go ahead.
Arizona looking at you like you might be sweet, big dog. Might be lunch over there. They on a little heater now. And that's number one. That's 3 really tough games to play. Whoever's putting this, no, Jesus. That's 5 terrible games in a row. Washington, number 7. USC, who was like number 3 at that point. Washington State, then Oregon State, then UCLA. Then you have the magical Colorado. Then you have Utah. That is 7 terrible games in a row.
They don't play Washington.
Nah.
Ooh, lucky.
Yeah, no. They started with Washington. Washington was the first team they lost to by 7. That's 7. That's 7 tough games in a row, but you know what that means? They have been through the fire.
This is the upset I'm picking today. I am picking Arizona over Oregon State. DJ Uiagalelei, I don't really believe in him. I said the name right though, but I think Arizona they are profiling Oregon State right here. They got Oregon State pass, rush, and top receiver. I got Arizona. I'm picking this one with no background information about Arizona, except for I think that they're gonna be. It's time for Oregon State to falter.
Nah, I'm picking Oregon State in this one, but this is if you have an extra like screen, this is the game you keep on. This is the pot that you put on the back of the oven. On the back of the stove, and you just monitor. Because that thing might get to cooking in a little bit. You be like, you know what? Because one of these other games is gonna go to nothingness. And at that point, you gotta have that one game. You like, you know what? This is just a good football game. This is what we would call our one to watch. I'm still rocking with the favorite here. I'm taking Oregon State. Reggie gonna take the upset with Zona, but if y'all like me, and you're gonna be in for the day, or at least some of it, maybe the majority of it, depends on how the games go early. If you're gonna do that, this is the game to definitely keep on your board. This could get very interesting. And when Reggie returns, I'm not even gonna begin to get into these next 2 games without Reggie. This is also a fantastic time to remind you. Number 1, support your HBCUs. Send some money over there, especially as homecoming. Spend some money in the bookstores. Do what you can with what you got. Number 2, always remember.
My
Oh, you
child can
good?
now pick up a ball pit. Did not know that could happen until today. Like right
That's what's
now.
up. That's what I
She
like. Reezy getting stronger. She finna be driving her uncle around.
she just picked up a
Uh,
ball pit and moved it out of the way. I ain't never seen no month old do that.
Hey, Pops, you need to move this ball pit, or I will move this ball pit. Sorrel, what's up? Also, remember, like, follow, subscribe. We had an episode to come out, had a Splashcast 36 come out this week. Please go back and check out the content.
Go
Now
back,
that you are,
check out the content and like. I know y'all
yes,
watching. We see the views. We appreciate the love and the support, but we need y'all to like and retweet so that we can reach
yes.
more people. Y'all know the jokes is flowing. We those dudes. My bad, I'm back. Black dadding it up.
Next up, Colorado versus UCLA. This is Deion Sanders versus Chip Kelly. This is a game where UCLA needs to continue to win. They're 500 in the Pac-12 for their own. They need to keep their program kind of in the road. Like I think that Chip Kelly started out kind of hot, has kind of faltered a little bit, and I know that he's also interested in recruiting and keeping his program in the same light. So this is a must win for both teams. UCLA needs to keep this to stay in the top 25, and I hate to say it, but Colorado needs this to keep from possibly the rails falling off for this thing.
Rails ain't about to fall out. Colorado has won. They won one game last year. They made less money. They made less money than North Dakota State in revenue from the football team. They are happy.
I concur with that from a financial point of view, but there's also an expectation. When you have these type of teams, the expectation is going to rise when you have famous people on the sidelines and you had a Heisman candidate and everybody who's played against you, win or lose, has been able to garner some level of fame. That kid from Stanford is a new human because of you guys. So with that said,
that was a week.
I guarantee you he gets different kind of looks going forward. But in this game, I am picking UCLA. It's been kind of one of my sleeper teams. I think that they're just a better, stronger team than Colorado.
I thought USC was your sleeper. So now you're switching, going across the street to
UCLA. No. I've had my eye on. If you go back and listen, because we do this every week, and that's one of my favorite parts about this is I've had my eye on Chip Kelly and what he's done with that program the whole time. Because it's like, what at UCLA, like, are they going to be a legitimate football program, or does Chip Kelly get this program to kind of mid-teens and then try to go to the SEC? That's a legitimate, I think, and reasonable question.
Big Ten.
Because I think. Why the Big Ten?
UCLA is going to the Big Ten with USC.
Yeah, but I also.
Oh, you talking about coaching? You talking about coaching? Not
yes. And
why? They about to. No, go ahead. Finish your thought. That was rude. Go ahead, finish your
thought. For me, I think that Chip Kelly is better in Auburn.
I think he's better in Freeze. They're not getting rid of Hugh Freeze. I think
that Chip Kelly is a better coach than Hugh Freeze.
Now he could end up in Florida.
Hey, Chip, you know. If
Florida loses.
I'd rather have Chip the Flipper than goddamn left and right screen Billy Napier. So Chip, once again, hey, it's always sunny in Florida. We got Gators to protect you. I'd be more than happy to have an offense, a legitimate offense again. A legitimate college offense. I would really appreciate that. So yes, Chip, I would love to have you there. I think that there are just other places that Chip might be interested in other than flying from California to the Midwest 5 weeks out of the season. I'm picking UCLA in this game, and I think they probably win by 14 points.
The line is 15, man. The line is 15. They are not picking this to be close. The line is 15, and the over-under is 60. So they are saying that UCLA is going to put up a lot of points. And I think it's true. UCLA, one thing that has been underrated about UCLA under Chip Kelly the last couple of years is that they can run the ball. They can run the ball really, really well. Of course, you're also in the Pac-12, which they don't play any defense. But they are a physical team. And one thing that Colorado cannot do is stop anybody on the offensive or defensive lines. I think Colorado covers the spread, but they lose. But I think they put up a good showing to keep the faith, and I think they end up winning one more game and they end up going 5-8 or something like that.
And I also like Chip Kelly is kind of like more of an old school coach. I would consider him an old school coach, even though he has a very experimental offense. Chip Kelly not going to be playing this game. He knows what this game means. You're not going to slip one past the goalie. He not going to get there and be like the moment was too big. He gives me a little bit of Spurrier vibes where when he can kick your ass, he's going to kick your ass.
I'm just running the offense. Yeah. He did that at Oregon. He used to do that at Oregon all the time. You're right. But we both got UCLA here.
Yeah. And then finally, this is what I will consider the college football game of the week.
It is USC Cal? That's fine. Nobody cares.
Hey, nope, especially not Cal. Is Aaron Rodgers going to play for Cal?
Who's going to play defense for USC?
Okay. So yeah, this is the game of the week. It's at 3:30. The fan vote has Oregon at 60%. It looks like everybody except for Steve Smith has taken Oregon. Pat McAfee took Utah.
Pat McAfee took Utah.
I'm taking Dan Lanning in Ohio State. I like Utah. Oregon. It's been a team. It's a team. I mean, excuse me. Yes. You knew what I meant. Oregon. I'm taking Dan Lanning. I'm taking Oregon. I've been following Utah since we beat them last year with Cam Rising. At this point, he might as well medical redshirt the season and run it back.
That walk-on QB they got is balling.
Wow. I guess you're right. How are you going to tell me to come back? Yeah,
I might as well just league it up.
Yeah,
He's basically doing what Jamar Chase did, except for I'm not leaving the team. All right, well, my shoulder's hurt. Cool. We 6-1. Get ready for the league. He gonna have a hell of a combine.
You're right. If that guy's coming back, you can't take the team away from him. Respect to you, Cameron. Respect. But I was the last person.
Look at me.
Yeah. I'm the captain now. Yeah, I'm taking Oregon. I'm taking Oregon in this game, though.
Where's my pen? Not so fast, my friend. I don't know. Shout out to Lee, man. Utah at home is very, very difficult to beat.
Bet that 6. Bet that 6, baby. Bet that 6. I
ain't made no pick yet. Utah at home is very difficult to beat. But one thing that does travel, Lord, there's so much football on, so much mid. One thing that does travel is defense. Oregon still both of these teams have national championship playoff aspirations. Oh, there we go. Kansas versus Oklahoma. We can watch that.
Whoa, back up, AJ. We get there.
I don't believe in Bo Nix. He's throwing for almost 2,100 yards, 19 touchdowns, and interception. I mean, yeah, he's good. I'm taking bet the 6. I'm taking Utah in the upset. Whatever. Why not?
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what y'all been waiting for. That's what y'all wanted. Right there. It's a 6-pack on the game of the week, and we're gonna give you that. Now, within that, we also have to pick these SEC games. And no, we're picking one SEC game.
Boy, the SEC is a down week.
No, because actually, we're going to pick 2 games this week. And somehow, first of all, let me record that. So it is Reggie going with Utah. And this is our 6-pack. And luckily enough, it is also game of the week. I'm going to throw these SEC games in here. The first one we're going to pick is actually a very interesting game. It's a meeting between 5-2 teams that I think are pretty much right there together. Ding, 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 ding. Tennessee versus Kentucky. They are playing in Lexington. Y'all have probably heard from me every week this season that I think that Tennessee is trick bag at Tommy. So I don't think that this is any different. Now, Kentucky also in the same bag, doing the same trickeration. This is the Spider-Man meme. If you can see 2 teams that look like Millie and fucking Vanilli. Well,
Boy.
because both of y'all shamming just a little bit. Russ, I do agree with you. I'm taking Kentucky in a bounce back win. I do not believe in Tennessee. I've never believed in Tennessee, even when y'all told me Joe Milton was going to win the Heisman, when Kentucky was going to compete for the SEC East.
Who said Joe
Y'all,
Milton was going to win that?
nah, that was the thing. Joe Milton was supposed. I did not
Nobody
forget.
said that. Nobody said that.
I am not an elephant, but I sure as hell did not forget. So for me, no, I am picking Kentucky. I think that Tennessee falls out of the top 25. Kentucky slides into 20, and it's just a swap. But I'm taking Kentucky in this game.
I'm taking.
Now I would not
Man,
bet.
listen. I
I would not
am.
bet this game because I don't trust either one of them as far as I could throw either one.
When it comes to the SEC, you know why I make my picks. I don't care about either one of these teams. We already beat Kentucky when they were 5-1 or 4-1, and they were nationally ranked, and we beat them 50 whatever. That made us look good. I need Tennessee to win this game because I need them to go up, and when they go up, we play them. Dang, Kansas, you had that chance. I need Tennessee to be ranked higher when Georgia plays them, so that hopefully we can beat them and beat a ranked team. So I'm taking Tennessee to win this game. I ain't betting on Tennessee ever. I did that one time this year, and they let me down.
That was Florida. What, boy? Anytime I bet with Florida, you should know. Oh no, this should be an immediate do not bet. Next up, I guess we have to talk about Mel. What's good? Relax.
Game of the week, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the game of the week for your boy.
This ain't the game of the week. This game don't even really matter. Actually, this is a win-win for me. And the reason I say that is one of two things is going to happen.
Terrible.
Either Florida is going to lose, and that gets me one game closer to replacing Screen Billy, and I won't have to watch any more wide receiver screens for the rest of my life, or Georgia time travels into 3 years ago or 4 years ago and loses to Florida. And if they are to lose this game, let me tell you, the joy, I will be upset because that'll probably keep Billy Napier on the squad for probably that's a 2-year extension probably. Because they're going to say, oh, well, last year he beat him. Then they're going to say, oh, you remember that year that Billy beat? But that war,
like the more you talk this through, it doesn't sound like a win-win for you. It sounds like a lose-lose.
It's a win-win because at least, I mean, if we could break the streak, I mean, what y'all like, 18, 24. 19 games? 24 games in a row? Yes, if we break that streak, damn, I was real low. Yeah, if we could break the streak, that would be great. So either we break the streak or we break Billy. Either way, we break it. We breaking bad. So I'm cool with that. I mean, as much as it's win-win, you're right, it's lose-lose. Because I mean, either Georgia wins and they walk into the SEC championship, or they lose, and then I'm definitely stuck with Billy Napier. And y'all know I hate Billy Napier.
So this game, this is the first time in 3 years.
And don't ask me to bet this game, you know.
Why not? This is the first time in 3 years that I'm not 100% confident that we're gonna win this game.
Oh, wait! One more thing. Steve Spurrier was the one that was like, "Hey, man, Georgia could lose." And
we are missing the best player, or one of the best tight end, and probably a top 5 player in the nation. Because I can't put him above Marvin Harrison Jr. But they are.
You're missing the best person on your team for sure.
Brock Bowers is the safety blanket. And him being hurt for these, we play Florida, Missouri, Tennessee, Ole Miss.
Steve is the GOAT now.
We play Florida, Missouri, Tennessee.
I let Steve come back and coach right now. And don't forget, Steve is the best coach at 2 teams in the SEC. He the best South Carolina coach ever too.
So Bobo, like as Russ just said in the chat, Bobo. Dang, Kansas went for it on 4th and 3. Bobo is the key to this game. Georgia can beat Florida, and it won't be close if they just run the ball. They just all they got to do is run the ball. But if Bobo tries to get cute and tries to make bring Carson Beck and Oscar Delp and all of them guys, and you and Ladd McConkey.
First of all, you know, I hate Ladd. I think that Ladd is the biggest scam to ever exist in college football. And I hate Hunter Renfrow too. I just saw he finna get out of there. You triggering me. You know it. Me and Reggie been podcasting so long, he just gaslights me with people who he knows that I hate.
But it's a fair comparison though. That's the comparison.
And they all scams, Reggie. It's all a scam. It's all an illusion. It's all the veiled illusion. We live within the simulation. We know that this is not real. I don't have to look at Ladd McConkey to be like, that's fake, dog. That's fake. It's not real. I'm not learning your quarterback name because I don't respect him either. I don't think he legit Carson either. Beck. At least, don't even say it again. At least Stetson, Stetson was Van Wilder. I get it for what it was. He was in that thing getting drunk. He knew, hey, man, this team way better. Now I'm going to go to L.A. I'm going to sit behind Matt Stafford. I'm going to kick it with one of my homeboys. Matt probably been all through Athens the whole time. He probably the one who made the call. He know what it is. But
the advantage Georgia does have over Florida here is that Florida they don't have anything to prepare for.
Excuse me? The advantage is we have Graham Mertz and Billy Napier as our coach. What are you talking about, the advantage? This sorry ass, and then I feel bad for Etienne because he's actually good. Etienne just burning up his good time. His brother was like, hey, man, you might need
go
to
to Colorado.
Yo, and his brother is good. And then also we got Pretty Ricky, who's just, I feel really bad for Ricky because I think that Ricky is better than advertised. I also think that, like I told y'all on Monday, he's going to be like a Biletnikoff finalist, but he has no chance of winning because Marvin Harrison Jr. was born the same time that he was. So it's just like, damn. Just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Also, Falcons, please go draft Ricky Pearsall. I'm thinking maybe 4th or 5th round. We rolled the dice with Scotty Miller. That ain't work. It ain't work. Not even close.
Pearsall reminds me of Edelman. He reminds me, and I know the white on white, but it's he's a very shifty, speedy possession receiver, and he could take take hits, right? So
elite route runner. The
difference in this game is y'all have 3 players on offense.
Name them. We don't.
Etienne, Pierce,
Pearsall,
and y'all quarterback is like number 2 in
Boy, Graham Mertz is a scam.
He's leading the SEC in passing efficiency.
He is a scammer thief. They let him. He could have been playing with Wisconsin today if he wanted to. You want to know why? Because they did not want him. He ain't it, man. No, hell no. I'm ready for Graham and Billy to go together.
So what I'm saying is, for me, I think y'all have 3 players to worry about on offense, where Georgia has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The defense. You got to worry about everybody on defense. I think Michael Walker is going to destroy y'all right tackle. I think we're Damon Jones. We had a bunch of players, young players that are getting healthy. Our entire team, minus Brock Bowers, got healthy over the bye week. We got all our running backs back. Hopefully, pick 6 by Kansas. Ooh, let's go. I told y'all. Oh, sorry. I'm picking Georgia. I think Georgia's gonna win. They're gonna win by 14. I told y'all Kansas could beat Oklahoma. I told y'all it could happen.
Let me get away from this because I'm watching SMU and this looks like
what? It's on Fox. So it's now 7-0 Kansas. So I'm picking.
No, I got the quad box, baby. I got all them things locked in.
Oh yeah, I'm about to do the same thing. As soon as we get off here, right now I got the production screens going. I got Instagram, I got Zoom, I got OBS, I got the scores. But I'm picking Georgia in this game. I think Carson Beck announces himself, and if Georgia, all right, that's my alarm. Y'all know that is Reezy telling me it is time to go. I got Georgia in this game because I think Carson Beck is going to announce himself because there's nobody to key on this offense. There's nobody to try to stop. You can announce
yourself. Nobody knows who you are, big.
Who are y'all cornerbacks?
You don't know.
because I think Ra Thomas is gonna go crazy. I think those two receivers that we got in the transfer portal quietly as kept have been getting better and better and better and better every week. And now we have 2 weeks off. I think Georgia wins this game by 14. Y'all better not lose to Florida, man. Or if y'all do, look, as you said, it's lose-lose for you. It's kind of win-win for me. I just don't want to lose our mulligan because if we win, we beat y'all. If we lose, y'all keep Billy. But I already told y'all what's gonna happen. I'm sticking to my prediction. Y'all are gonna go 9-4. Y'all are gonna lose to us, and y'all are gonna keep Billy because y'all got a 5-star recruit that y'all actually no, he just flipped to Florida State. But y'all got another 5-star. Y'all got some good recruits, and Billy is going to end up being the coach at Florida for the next 2 years. It's gonna be wonderful.
Y'all can have every recruit that he got if he can go. He has to go. I'm willing to sacrifice any and everything for Billy Napier to go and take Graham Mertz with you. You can make him your offensive assistant, grad assistant. Take all of that with them and leave. Next up, we're going right to the CAA. This is actually a very important game. North Carolina A&T versus Hampton. Number one.
Happy homecoming season.
Yes. Happy homecoming to all the people in the 757. Also, North Carolina A&T, for all intents and purposes, has been a massive, massive, massive
I almost picked it, Russ. I almost picked that upset. Yeah, A&T, man, 1-6, 0-4.
This is not what we expected.
Coming to
this is not what we expected. Hampton, on the other hand, we 3-4. We 1-3 within. We 1-3 within CAA. I see that they've come to a little bit of a resolution on the whole eligibility issue. I'm still not sure if those players who
they fired somebody. That was that was no resolution.
Well, I mean, that's a part of the resolution, but the other part is we got to get them boys eligible. So some of it is fixed, some of it ain't. But we definitely, number one, we taking Hampton because it's homecoming. We taking Hampton because it's Hampton, and we taking Hampton because they're a better football team than North Carolina A&T.
Russ said he got 6 on Kansas after the pick 6 versus OU.
Boy, no, you can't get up a touchdown and be like, I bet. Hey, man, you know me better than that. I ain't nobody fool. But yeah, we all taking Hampton.
Got to win this one, man. We got to get bowl.
Whole lot, yeah.
Are we bowl eligible? Will we be bowl? How do they do it? They don't do bowls in the FCS. They only do playoffs.
Trust me, we ain't there. We just need to win this game. We need to step by step.
Homecoming. Protect homecoming.
Step by step, day by day. They didn't spend money on a lot of drones and concerts. I saw Big Boy was there performing. Jermaine Dupri was DJing. They spent a lot of money at this homecoming. Y'all need to win this game and stay at the damn game, Lord. Every time that we don't stay at the game, we go to tailgate. Now, shout out to the tailgate. Bruh's having a fantastic tailgate. But we need y'all to stay in the game because then they kill us for it. So, yeah, we're picking Hampton. I don't know why you thought that we would pick anything other than Hampton. You should know better. Next up, MEAC. We're going to go Howard. And we're going to go Delaware State. Howard is going to monkey stomp them boys. It's not going to be.
Man, they need to play flag football. It's like
it's damn near a club. But yeah, Howard, y'all got a chance to go 2-0 in the MEAC and kind of recover from some early losses. Now I know that some of those losses were like schedule losses where you playing against, money game. But yeah, I'm picking Howard in this, and I'm probably picking Howard by probably 30.
They ain't even put the line on this game. They just said Howard gonna beat them by a lot. Yeah, I got Howard winning this game.
And then we have a very interesting game up next. Morgan at 2-5 versus Norfolk State. Morgan at 1-5, Norfolk State at 2-5, and both 0-1 in the MEAC. Somebody will leave there as a winner. I'm picking Norfolk in this game. I think in our best interest.
Protect your homecoming, Norfolk.
Yeah.
Hampton wins homecoming, Norfolk wins homecoming. Then you got
boy, the 757 will be electric.
Morgan there, A&T there. Go ahead and have fun, man. Safe, loving fun. I had jokes about both of these teams, but Morgan State has been through a lot this year. Norfolk
Yeah.
State is just trash. So I'm not really gonna say much. So I got Norfolk State protecting homecoming. Although I wouldn't be mad if Morgan State's defense is really good. I could actually see them pulling this upset, which would be hilarious. But I got Norfolk.
And once again, man, leave y'all guns at home, bro. It's not worth it. We don't need no more violence at none of these
Woo!
HBCUs. Boy, that is an old
Central
fashioned
destroyed.
Thursday night stomp out.
Central destroys South Carolina State. Oh, State College. All right, going
next up, we're going to the SWAC. It is Mississippi Valley State versus Alcorn State. Mississippi Valley State is 1-6. That is Georgia Natural Gas. Mississippi Valley State is 1-3 in the SWAC, and Alcorn State is the exact opposite. They're 3-1. I think the Alcorn keeps the train rolling. Mississippi Valley State has been well documented to have been having a rough couple seasons. I mean, at this point, the best thing they can do is try to maintain competitive and try to get some more funding. But until you have more dollars, it's going to be very, very tough, if not impossible, to compete. Thoughts and prayers to that team in advance.
Yeah, Alcorn State seems to be hitting their stride. And they playing against a in-state rival. Mississippi Valley State will lose this game. Alcorn State will win going away. Because they got.
And you know what happens every time we say that? We come here on Monday, and then
Mississippi Valley State doesn't mess around and
won by 50.
Game. You like what?
50-3. You like, damn. But yeah, we still picking Alcorn in that. Next up, we got Jackson State and Pine Bluff. Pine Bluff is 1-6, 0-4. Jackson State is 5-3, 3-2 in SWAC. TC has seemed to kind of get this team to at least. I think he's done a very impressive job once again with all the players that he's lost to the transfer portal. I think this is a good victory, but also a moral victory. This may be the one where they try to put up some points, sell some offense to some other recruits, see, hey, this is what we can do if you come here. So I expect Jackson State to win and win going away.
Hey, man. Jackson State going to beat the hell out of Arkansas Pine Bluff. Hey, Coach, you had a really stirring speech for Arkansas Pine Bluff at the beginning of the year when they said they picked y'all dead last. Y'all gonna take. Look, man, it seemed like they was right.
You guessed it. You guessed right.
So I'm going Jackson State here. I think they send a message to Arkansas Pine Bluff, and they're not playing the early game, so they get time to actually get into their routine. Yeah, it's a wrap.
That 12 o'clock game is trash.
Love Lady, what's good, bro?
T-Love, what's good, brother? Next up, Bethune-Cookman going to Ruston, Louisiana to play Hugh Jackson and the Grambling Tigers. Well, let me tell you, Bethune-Cookman, that ride from Florida to Louisiana is going to give you a lot of time to think about things on the way back because y'all are about to get stomped out. Crawley is probably going to have a massive game against y'all. And yeah, I expect Grambling to, when we talk next week, to be 4-4 in there with their record, 3-2 in the SWAC. Yeah. Bethune is bad.
I don't really care about this game. I'm gonna address the SWAC as a committee. As a conference. Y'all need to figure out a way to get some money to have these bands travel. This band matchup of Bethune-Cookman versus Grambling State would be an all-time matchup in terms of bands. The same way that Southern and FAMU, Southern and Bethune, etc. But FAMU didn't travel to Baton Rouge. Southern didn't travel to Tallahassee because of money and all of that stuff. The way it's set up, SWAC schools, Southern has to pay FAMU for FAMU to come play, the bands to come play, instead of the SWAC sponsoring that traveling. When it comes to HBCUs, especially in the Southwestern Athletic Conference, it is about the bands just as much as it is about the football team. If you have FAMU and Southern play each other, that's an automatic sellout when the bands are there. You have Grambling and Bethune-Cookman play each other, that's an automatic sellout because the bands are there. Y'all need to figure out a way to make this work. Is that another?
I concur.
But I got Grambling winning this game. But I just had to say that. Y'all can't listen, man. I was gonna go to that Southern FAMU game until they said FAMU band wasn't traveling. I'm like, oh well, shit. No, I know Southern gonna lose. I ain't about to travel all that way to see them lose.
Nah, this is a very interesting game here.
We have Alabama the Circle City Classic. No, this is called the
Magic City Classic.
Magic City Classic, yeah.
Yeah. So we have Alabama A&M at 4-3, 2-2 in the SWAC versus Alabama State, who's 3-3 at
So
2-2
DJ,
in the SWAC. I'm not sure who I got. I feel like every time I pick Alabama A&M, they let me down. But I'm gonna go with Alabama A&M. That's what my gut has been telling me.
this shit at Legion Field, man. Alabama's A&M's offense is allegedly better than Alabama State's. That's why I'm gonna pick Alabama A&M.
That's what I've been rocking with. But this, once again, this is one of them games. That's when you pick games regularly, you start to notice how you'll pick a game and you'll be dead set. This game is a lock, and that thing will unlock so fast. But I'm picking A&M. Me and Reggie both picking A&M in this game. If anybody wants state, nah, I ain't betting that either.
Fam.
Oh,
Prairie View's gonna play. Ooh, this is actually a good game. Go ahead. Sorry.
Prairie View, A&M, 3-4. And then a 3-1 in the SWAC versus a 6-1 Florida A&M team that's 5-0 in the SWAC. Now, I will tell you, there's another qualifier here. It is FAMU's homecoming, and everything that I've seen, homecoming there is homecoming. It is shaking just like it is in the 757. I think that they understand that. I think that they're a team that's prepared for big games. And Prairie View, Bubba McDowell, I think he's gonna have them ready. But this just ain't a game that you can win. I expect Florida State to win this and probably win by 10. Actually, I'm picking FAMU.
I got FAMU winning this game, but if you look at when it comes to black college football, HBCU football, you can't look at the record. You can't look at the 3-4. You can't look at the overall because Prairie View played, I think SMU, they played a couple other money games. But this record, this conference record, 3-1 in the SWAC, is very
impressive.
Intriguing. It's very, very intriguing. It's very, very intriguing.
I just don't think they won it with FAM. I agree, they're a better team, especially than like last year, but you just don't want it with.
Well, Jeremy Musa from FAMU is right now, he is playing his way into the FCS award ceremony for best quarterback, best offensive player, all of those. He is playing really, really well. I got FAMU winning this, protecting homecoming. I wouldn't be surprised if Prairie View gets close to pulling an upset because they're tied with Southern in the SWAC West at 3-1. So, really, I think Southern's 3-2, but whatever. I got FAMU winning this game, and the wild, wild, wacky West of the SWAC goes crazy again. And then finally, Battle of the Bands, Texas Southern versus Southern University. Listen, Southern should mop Texas Southern. They should mop them, but we don't know which team and which coach we going to get. Vince Dooley is not Vince Dooley. That's Georgia's coach. Coach Dooley for Southern, I don't know what he's doing. We look like we could be 7-0 one week and then 0-7.
0-7. You're right, boy.
So I'm picking Southern to win the game, but I am tuning in to the YouTube live for the halftime, 0 quarter, and 5th quarter because Texas Southern's band director used to be Southern's band director, and he has played Southern's signature songs at them, and he is talking big noise. They had a battle of the bands last night that apparently went kind of crazy. So I got Southern winning this game and Southern winning the halftime show. Y'all better get it right, though. Y'all better get it right.
All right. So, yeah, I'm definitely rocking with Southern. Texas Southern, I think, is a program trying to be better, but not really there yet. Now, you good. You don't have to go back. But yeah, also just quick update. Indiana has scored on Penn State, so they up 7-0. Kansas is up on Oklahoma 7-0. And South Carolina has just scored on Texas A&M, and they are up 7-0. Jimbo Fisher, what are you getting paid for? Can anybody quantify why this man gets $10 million? You could have paid me $5 million a year to coach the team this well. I could do what Jimbo is doing. So
throwing down the anchor. That's what he doing. He ain't doing nothing. When he hired Bobby Petrino as offense coordinator, we knew this was going to be an awful season.
But that is all of the college, HBCU, D1, D2, middle schools, Oh, and quick, I gotta say this, and we'll talk about this again on the show. Bishop Sycamore's coming back, baby. BS High coming back.
He told y'all he was coming
Congratulations.
back on the Joe Budden
Congratulations
podcast
to
too.
my. He didn't say he was coming back. He said it was never over. I never lost. So yeah, we're excited about that. We will talk about that more in depth. But anytime that I can talk about that boy Roy, Scam Man Elite, I'm gonna do it. Yes, go Gators. Go Gators, go Gators, go Gators. And I don't know if that means go fire Billy Napier or go beat Georgia, but go do something. Anything is better than nothing. We're gonna get right into our NFL slate of games. We're gonna start with
NFL.
yeah.
I forgot all about the NFL.
Yeah, I was like, well, we taking a little bit of time to have a little conversation. I'm cool with it. I go with the flow
my
here.
bad. We just going to I done close everything out. My bad.
Oh, you're good. It don't matter. We can. I mean, all we doing is
I'm right here.
we can talk. First of all, we're gonna pick the game that matters the absolute most to us. The Falcons will be going to Nashville to play against the Titans. The Titans will not have Ryan Skammerhill. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I do everything that I've read, everything that I heard, Derrick Henry and what's his name?
Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins.
Yes, DeAndre Hopkins, both available for trade, and I think they both probably want to be out of there. From my understanding, that Malik Willis and Will Levis will play this game. This sounds like something that you would do in like a scrimmage or a jamboree. If you're planning to play two quarterbacks, then I don't think that you're trying to win the game. And if I'm Derrick Henry, I'm not playing if you plan to play two quarterbacks.
Listen, if I'm AJ Terrell, this is when you go get your contract. When they not playing, I don't think DeAndre Hopkins is gonna put really any effort into this game.
I wouldn't, for sure not. Not a chance.
So
well, y'all go to hell. Y'all just doing this is the definition of just doing anything.
I got Falcons winning this game. We're only a 2.5 point favorite. I think Bijan Robinson comes back and he has a big game. Although the Titans defense is really, really good. So they may end up playing really well, but I think we squeak this game out and go with 5-3. 2 on the road. Desmond Ridder gets his second road victory.
I think that this is probably a sentimental game for Arthur Smith. I think this is probably his first time back in Nashville as a coach since he's been a head coach. So I know that he will be doing his absolute best to try to win. Desmond Ridder. I need you to figure some things out. I can't. Everybody else we've seen play at least in spurts at an elite level. I don't got an answer for you. But we not even asking you to play elite. We just ask you not to give the game away with 3 fumbles in the red zone, big dog. We can't have no more of those. We can't have no more 2 or 3 pick games. You got to cut it or they got to cut you. Those are the only 2 options we got. Next up,
Kevin Byard is gone too. So I expect Drake London or Kyle Pitts to have a big game this game. Go ahead.
Next up, we have the Rams versus the Cowboys. These are 2 teams that I think that everybody expected to be a little bit better than they are. They both have some parts that you like, oh, well, I kind of like that. Specifically, whatever the Rams are doing at wide receiver, I told y'all that it's just Sean McVay making up humans. This guy he has now, his name is Puka Nacua. I'm sure that human is not really, I think he's an android or something. And Cooper Kupp is back. I think that Puka will have another world beater game because that's what he specializes in doing because he's the greatest wide receiver to ever play in football. And then I think that Dak probably is due for a decent game and CD is due for a decent game. I don't know exactly what you're going to get out of that running back room. I think that Jerry cheaps out. When he can, he'll cheapskate himself out of something. Just like when he didn't pay for when he didn't pay for a wide receiver and then had to pay Amari Cooper all that money because he just wanted to be cheap about it. Same thing he's done with this running back room. You didn't pay Zeke. You could have kept Zeke. Zeke would have took some money to stay there, and you'd have been better off than what you got. So that running back room is weak. I don't think that CeeDee Lamb. I've been telling y'all now for I
The
think
wide
years.
receiver room is weak. That
I don't
offense.
think that I don't think that he's a wide receiver one. And then everybody goes and looks at Dak. Sure, he throws interception, but look who he's throwing to. I would not bet this game. I think that this is another Spider-Man me. This is a do not bet. This is a game.
I
This is a game that I will feel strongly about watching and laughing. Um,
so
that's all I
this
can do for this one.
game, the Rams, we don't know anybody on the Rams defense other than Aaron Donald. And I don't know if he's even playing. I don't know what's going on with Aaron Donald.
He should have retired. If they're gonna roll out this team for the next 3 or 4 years, you should have retired, big dog, like you thought.
The Cowboys offense is awful. The Cowboys offense is so bad. They should have gone and got Derrick Henry. You're right. Jerry Jones cheaped out on this. You could have gone and got Josh Jacobs. You could have gone and got anybody. There's a lot of running backs that you could have paid versus paying Tony Pollard to make it. We all knew Tony Pollard wasn't a number one back. Just like Norwood knew that CeeDee Lamb wasn't a number one receiver. And now it's starting to show. You had a chance to go get DeAndre Hopkins and Derrick Henry or somebody else at running back that would have solidified your offense and taken the pressure off of Dak. I got the Rams making this a game because I don't know who's going to guard. You got to guard one of them. They only got one DB, and he can only guard one person. He can only guard either Puka or Cooper.
Yeah.
Now that
boy Diggs went down, and immediately that defense just started to rumble immediately.
14-0 Kansas.
Well, it was only a matter of time, Brett Venables. But yeah,
I got the Cowboys winning this game, but I think they win barely, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Rams go up 21-3 early.
And I think that this is regrettable because the Giants are so terrible and the Commanders are not it either. Like you could have kind of locked yourself in with a small investment. You could have locked yourself into at least a wild, like a easy trip to the wild card. You ain't gonna beat the Eagles. That's a harsh reality. The best thing that you can do is come to grips with that and then figure out your answer. Oh, I thought Indiana scored again. I was like, well, if they go up 14-0, this thing will get out of control today. I might have to go to the liquor store the way y'all got this thing. But yeah, I'm picking the Rams, but I don't love this game at all. I don't love this game at all.
Yeah.
Speaking of games that I do not love, Vikings Packers. The Vikings still without Justin Jefferson, but they had this somehow has created the monster, which is Jordan Addison.
Calvin Ridley Jr.
Ding, 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 ding. Number one, people started talking positively about Kirk Cousins last week. But if you go back and watch, that long touchdown that Jordan Addison scores is 100% an interception. That's a bad pass. Not a bad pass, terrible pass. And what happens? Jordan Addison fixes it. He bullied the 49ers by himself last week. Nothing tells me that they should reinvest in Kirk Cousins. But if it's me in that offense, and I know that I have Justin Jefferson on one side and Jordan Addison can consistently play like he is on the other side, then we're deleting everybody from the roll. We're going to drive Michael Penix, and we're finna spend some money on an offensive line and some defensive line. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. But in this game, I really don't know. I'm coming around to Jordan Love a little bit. I like him as he's like an old rookie to me. I don't like to put him on this. I don't like to put him on the same category as like a CJ Stroud or a Bryce Young or Anthony Richardson.
Keep going, I'm listening.
But for all intents and purposes, that's who he is. He's never had an opportunity to play. This is his first season. But I think he looks like a competent, decent quarterback for me. I think he's the best option they have to build around right now, as far as like money-wise. you can invest in the rest of your team. And I'm a big proponent of either get one of those top 3 or 4 guys or invest in the rest of your team and deal with the quarterbacks you got until you can get one that you like, or just kind of manage around this guy and let him game manage. So this would be Kirk Cousins has to win this game. That's the reason I'm picking the Vikings. He has to win this game. Every game that he loses gets him closer and closer to fire.
It sucks for the Vikings because the Vikings probably won't make the wild card. They shouldn't make the wild card. 7 teams, right? Eight teams in the playoffs. 1 team gets a bye. Then a 2 versus 7, 3 versus 6, 4 versus 5.
Yep.
You have 4 division titles, which is the Lions in this one. Then you have 3 wild cards, which is going to be probably the Cowboys. I don't know who in the NFC West. I guess the Vikings could make the wild card. Think about it. NFC South, NFC North, NFC East, NFC West. Yeah. So the Vikings are playing for a wild card. I think they beat the Packers here. It's only a 1-point line, over under 41.5, so they don't believe there's a lot of defense. The Vikings are so dependent on one person. Like, I need to see TJ Hawkinson do some more. I think he got hurt last week. I need to see him do some more. But Kirk Cousins, for everything you're saying, right around contract time, every time, he turned into Joe Montana. And
nah, but that's a sham. Because everybody's like, oh, Kirk. And I'm like, wait. Y'all talking too fast. Did you actually look at it? If you go back and look at them passes, nothing says hire him. Nothing says, you know what, you're doing a good job. It says, oh, no, we should have been fired.
And what Green Bay does have is Green Bay definitely. What's up, Leon? What Green Bay does have is a secondary. They
Correct.
have Jair Alexander. They have a couple safeties. They play a nickel defense base.
And they're going to hold down their part of the game.
Actually, you're right. I'm taking the Packers here. I got the Packers winning this game at home, making it interesting in the NFC North.
I'm picking the Vikings because I feel like it's a must win. But I don't hate that pick. Like, it took me a lot to get there. And I ain't confident about my pick in either one of those. Next up, we have Saints versus Colts.
Boy, let's go Colts. I don't care who y'all play. It could be anybody else. Fuck them. Give me the gunshots. Nobody likes Derek Carr. Interesting shot. Interesting talk about this, though. Did y'all know that Desmond Ridder has more passing yards than Derek Carr?
That's tragic.
Y'all, I told y'all some trash. I told everybody y'all picked the Carolina Panthers to win the division. I remember you, Bucky Brooks, on NFL Network. I remember you on ESPN. I remember all y'all picked, and I said,
"This fake. This is fake."
I told y'all in the special. I said, yo, I don't see it with the Panthers. I said, I don't see it with the Panthers. I don't see it with the Taints. I don't see it with the Bucks. I told all y'all that the Falcons were going to go undefeated in this division because this division is fraudulent. I'm telling y'all, the Colts going to win this game. The Colts going to win this game, and Derek Carr going to take his mascara, and he going to get fired again. That's going to happen. Y'all better play Jameis. Because y'all keep rolling Jameis out. Y'all keep rolling Taysom Hill out there like he going to do something great. And every time y'all lose, I told y'all.
It ain't no way I'm going to let Derek Carr get paid all that money when we paying Desmond Ridder nothing. Nothing. To get the same results. Man.
Let's go Colts. I told y'all.
Scamming Murphy.
And strife. Pain, strife, and suffering. I want y'all fan base to be forever terrible. I told y'all, and I'm looking you in both cameras. I'm looking both eyes. Told y'all, trash and compost. Y'all are terrible and awful. I told you. And
Shane Steichen has had and it's the Colts home game. He's had the Colts have been playing solid even without Anthony Richardson. That was the reason I was so excited. I felt like Anthony Richardson could have got in there and he could have played within himself, but the rest of the team was going to be solid enough that he didn't really have to, And he still ended up kind of doing it, just playing a little too aggressively.
Gardner
Um,
Minshew, that was a
yeah,
quality pickup. Gonna get him.
but
He needs a shot. He needs a shot to be a starting quarterback.
I put him in the revolving carousel of the bottom five guys. And I mean, Gardner Minshew and Desmond Ritter.
Gardner
What's he
Minshew or
doing?
Sam Howell.
Oh, who? Scam Howell?
I'm telling you. But yeah, we both picking the Colts here. Next up, Patriots Dolphins.
Speaking of scams, speaking of scams, ladies and gentlemen,
Gentlemen and ladies.
next up, oh, the Pats versus the Dolphins. Bill Belichick. Let me tell you, this is worst case scenario because multiracial. First of all, y'all got to leave Boston and go down to Miami, where it's going to be substantially hotter and more humid. And you're going to have multiracial McDaniel, who is going to do his absolute best to try to embarrass you guys. And he going to try to also get your boy, Mac Jones, fired again. We've seen Mac Jones be fired in the third quarter on multiple games. I think that this could be Bailey Zappi, whoever else they got playing quarterback. I don't know. I feel like they be pulling people out of the
They just beat the
stands.
Bills though.
Even more of a reason for multiracial McDaniel to be turned up to try to beat y'all. He gonna try to send y'all right back to the depths of hell from whence you came. I'm picking the Dolphins, and I'm picking the Dolphins by 21. This
Let
is
me tell
another
y'all,
game. It's another game that Mac Jones is not making. He's not playing at the end of the game.
Dolphins. Y'all better not let Mac Jones and Mike Gesicki come down there and do that awful gritty in the end zone in Miami all throughout the game. Y'all better
Terrible,
not let that happen.
terrible.
One thing, Bill Belichick, he is a sham when it comes to coaching offense, but one thing he can do is coach defense in the moment. Their defense may not be that great, but in the moment, meaning at the end of the game against Buffalo, when you needed a stop, Bill Belichick can
Got
get
one.
you a stop. When
Yeah,
you
for
need a
sure.
when you need a stop on fourth down or to hold them to get the momentum back, Bill Belichick gonna scheme something up. Dolphins,
You're
y'all
right.
better not play with these teams. Y'all better not play with the Patriots, dog. I don't like the Patriots, but y'all better not play with them. I think Tyreek Hill is really trying to get to 2,300 yards, and he kind of
Oh
fell
yeah,
off.
without doubt.
He kind of fell off of that pace after last week. He's got to get back to it. I think Tyreek Hill, that speed is kind of crazy, and the Patriots missing their rookie cornerback who looked like he was really, really, really good.
Christian
I think
Gonzalez.
he
You're
was
right.
like he was tied for the team in sacks.
Yeah.
At cornerback, team lead in sacks. I think that's gonna hurt them. I think the Dolphins just have too much speed.
And yeah, you definitely need Christian Gonzalez and you need Judon. You missing both of those. It's
Oh,
gonna
it's
be
over
tough,
with.
if not impossible. Now on to the Battle of New York.
Boy, that apple
Um,
riding his hell up there, ain't it?
yeah,
Woo-hoo!
this is terrible.
Y'all are some
This is
ass. Y'all are some
bad and
ass.
worse.
How y'all? How do they? How are y'all Giants? Shout out to Nick. I love you, bro. How are y'all worse than Zachary Taylor Thomas?
Because they were a scam last year and everybody wanted to believe in the Giants. Oh, Brian Daboll and the Giants. This looks like it could be a real team. Let's play Daniel Jones. Let's I pay Saquon Barkley. But now you look like yourself. That's what that is truly what you look like. You look like what we all knew you to really be. Fake, not real, a scam. I think the Zachary Taylor Thomas. Oh no, 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 no. Also, we want to highlight that we had the first ever black quarterback to throw a touchdown for the New York Giants. It's only
Oh, Tyrod.
2023. It's only
Tyrod.
been 60 some years of football, but somehow we still having first for black people.
Man, they just cheated Kansas. That was a fumble.
I
And they
don't
said the progress was stopped, so you can't review it.
I don't know the answer to this because they don't. I feel like they have an advantage because they don't have Daniel Jones playing quarterback. I think that actually helps them as far as having a chance to win this game. I don't think that Tyrod is ready for this Jets defense. Though I'm picking the Jets. I think the defense, and I think the defense scores a touchdown.
I think the Giants' defensive line is surprisingly good, but
Oh
I
yeah, they
definitely
got what
Dexter
Dexter
Lawrence and
Lawrence,
Leonard
Kayvon
Williams.
Thibodeau, and Leonard Williams. Yeah, that's they got a little something going there, but not
That
enough.
was a fumble.
Not nearly enough. I'm picking the Jets in this one. Who you got?
I got the Jets defense. Quentin Williams is unblockable. He and Jalen Carter, which is crazy that Jalen Carter's a rookie. Him and Jalen Carter look like the best defensive tackles in the league. So I'm going Jets here. Jaguars, Steelers. Surprisingly, the Steelers are 4-2. I did not see that coming. They are 4-2. They're second in the division.
Because it's a scam. You know it's not real. Both of these teams are scam.
Yo, everybody can't be scamming.
I want y'all to hear me and hear me good. That's the reason I pulled the mic up so y'all can hear everything that I'm saying. Jaguars, this is not real. Don't bet your money on the Jaguars. Don't put your emotions to the Jaguars. When it's time to win, they're going to do what? They're going to lose. Number 2, the Steelers. Kenny Pickett, also a sham. A sham of a sham of a sham. His hands are too little. He is not a legitimate quarterback. They've been winning in spite of. I think that both of these quarterbacks, if you ask me, are both overrated. For this, though, I feel like the Jaguars, this is a bigger game for Trevor Lawrence than it is for Kenny Pickett. Even though they're in Pittsburgh. Trevor Lawrence doesn't have any more excuses. There's nobody, he can't say, well, I don't got it, or the coach ain't it. No, you have Dougie P., you have Christian Kirk, you have Ridley, you have Etienne, you have a solid defense. There are no more excuses for you, Trevor Lawrence. So I'm picking you to win this game because there's no reason for you to lose it. But if you lose it, let me tell you, you will be a fried ass on Monday. So pick your poison. Pick your poison and pick it very well.
I got the Jaguars.
I'm picking the Jags.
I got the Jaguars over the Steelers. The Jaguars are 3-0 away. They have more weapons. Although the Steelers' defensive line, T.J. Watt and the other defense. What's the defensive end's name? He came from University of North Carolina, Charlotte. I wanted the Falcons to pick him. Hightower. Those two guys pretty much have won 2 games for the Steelers by themselves. But the Jaguars, as of recently, over the last 2 weeks, Travis Etienne has asserted himself as a speed back and the number 1 back. Remember, the Jaguars signed a couple other backs to have like the running back by committee because they didn't know if he was going to be healthy. Yeah, that ain't going no more. Travis Etienne and the Jaguars win this game by a touchdown. By a touchdown. They win by a touchdown.
Next up, when I'm expecting Eagles versus Commanders. Eagles. What are we doing here?
Eagles by 1,000. Defensive player of the year, rookie of the year is Jalen Carter. Probably won't be close after this game. I think he gets 2 sacks. And the Commanders are going to end up trade us Montez Sweat. Give us Montez.
We want Montez Sweat. We do not want Chase Young. You can keep him and do whatever you want to with him. We do not want him.
Pay him Montez Sweat money.
We want Montez Sweat. We would take that off your hand for a second or third round draft pick. And we will just continue to try to buy edge rushers until one of them works. I don't care if it takes us 40 or 50 years. Next up, we have the Texans at the Panthers. The Panthers are 0-6. The Texans are 3-3. We have told you almost every week since we watched DeMeco Ryans coach a football team. He is doing a fantastic job with the Texans. I think that the Texans, this is a good and this is 1 versus 2. This gives Bryce Young his opportunity to show that, hey, this is the reason they picked me and not you. I mean, CJ Stroud, an opportunity to show that that's the reason they picked him. This is actually a very interesting game. I don't think, Bryce Young don't really have much of anything. But
I told y'all that. I was like, who is their number 1 receiver?
Adam Thielen.
A 33-year-old Adam Thielen.
Exactly. I mean, yeah. I'm taking the Texans, and I'm taking the Texans by 10.
Tank Dell is a problem. Damian Pierce, although he only has 280 yards rushing, is a problem. Nico Collins is a problem. Mechie is back. He's a problem. Their offense is pretty good. The defense is coming along. I have the Texans winning this by 21. I don't think this is going to be close.
I ain't got 21, but I got 10.
All right, what's next? Browns, Seahawks.
Browns versus Seahawks.
Both these teams are 4-2. Wow.
Now this is a tricky game for me. Once again, Deshaun. First of all, eventually we're gonna have to revisit this Deshaun Watson contract, guaranteed money, boy.
Why? They said it was a bad contract when they signed him. The whole league was like, y'all stupid.
Boy, I'm so happy he balled up that Falcons jersey and threw it in the corner. Now, boy, sometimes like sometimes life just works out on your behalf. The Browns defense is extremely legit, very legit, legitest of legit, possibly the best defense in the NFL. With that said,
Myles Garrett is
he is a cheat
crazy.
code. He is legitimately like up, down, left, right, start, name type of cheat code. Like, no, I'm gonna do this, and then
He
there's
doing
nothing you can
basketball
do.
crossovers at the line of scrimmage and getting
And,
sacks and then jumping over the line to block a field goal.
and it's effective. He just, you know, how a lot of times people do stupid stuff. And you be like, oh, what are you doing? When he hit that crossover and that center was like, nothing you can do. I'm picking the Seahawks. I think that Geno Smith gets it done. I think that he's found himself into perfectly normal quarterback situation. And I think that just overall Jackson Smith and Jigba and the other things they have on this team, they get it done. It's a tough game. It's a slog. I think this probably is like a 17-14 game or a 21-17 game, but the Seahawks win it, especially at home. Who you got?
I got the Browns.
Let's do 6 on that one.
Do 6. Pour it up,
Boy.
pour it up, pour it up. Shout out to those on YouTube listening to the sound effect. Wait till I get my soundboard. We definitely gonna be doing all that soon. But also go to the splashcast.com. You can see the donate so that we can continue to elevate this podcast. www.splashcast.com. But yeah, I got the Browns here, 6-pack. I think the Browns defense is better than the Seahawks offense. The only way that the Seahawks win this game, I think, is if you have to put your money on DK Metcalf, and he's been very, very inconsistent.
And getting stupid penalties.
I got the Browns.
You want to know why? Because he can't run routes. Like I told y'all.
Browns, but they got 3 route runners now. They got Jackson Smith and Jigba, Lockett, 2 route runners. So I think the Browns win this game though, by a field goal.
Next up, and we just got an update on this one: Chiefs versus Broncos in Denver. Forecast on Sunday calls for a high of 29, which is awful, a low of 13, and 6 to 14 inches of snow. I actually think that this kind of helps out the Chiefs.
This don't change nothing for me. The Broncos about to do a fire sale. The quarterback and the coach don't like each other. They have said that everybody on the Broncos team is available. Every single
including
person.
Patrick Surtain. And I was like, hey,
and if the Eagles get Patrick Surtain, I am initiating an investigation done by the IRS, because there is no way possible that y'all are operating within the means of the financial law of the NFL if you sign them 2. Not gonna happen. I got Chiefs winning this game. I think the Broncos, go ahead and send us somebody. We'll send you something back. Whatever. We need something. I think Jerry Jeudy is a good slot receiver. He's not meant to be the number 1. Cortland Sutton is a good number 2, but we got Cortland Sutton and Mac Hollins. The Falcons need a slot receiver. Send us a slot receiver.
They ain't got it, and I don't want nothing with that bad juju over there. So I'm good on that. I am picking the Chiefs. I think that Kelsey probably has he has an elite game because you'd be able to play spacing and keep it pretty close. So yeah, I'm picking the Chiefs. Next up, Ravens versus Cardinals. They are playing in Arizona. Now, this is a very interesting game because Kyler Murray has been hurt with torn ACL for the whole season.
He's still out.
He is healthy, but doubtful. Now, if you're
coming back versus the Ravens, no.
Now, the other part about that is we've heard kind of conflicting reports. Some people, early in the season, they said they didn't expect Kyler to play at all this season. And then Arizona has basically come out on their own volition and said, we expect him to play this season. Like, it is very realistic. They're basically, I think they want to see what they got one more time before they cut bait. Me personally, I think you should just cut bait because I think that he can only trick you into believing in him.
Ooh, Indiana scored again. 14.
Yes, sir. Exactly. So I am picking the Ravens, especially after the way they made me look. Like I'm gonna tell you, I was with my
You
family.
picked the
I was with
Lions.
my family last week, and I said, man, the Lions and Dan Campbell, they got a good thing going, man. I watch all of these games. I got, I really watch a lot of football. I really watch a lot of basketball and a lot of football. And just throw my expertise and professionalism out the window. They went and just boat raced the Lions the entire game. It was embarrassing. I
That
had to question
offense
my,
seems to
my
be clicking now. They
I,
seem to be figuring it out. They ran a lot of Georgia plays against the Lions, and they look good. They ran that
did
Stetson
and
Bennett sweep left with Lamar Jackson, and it was touchdown, first down, touchdown. I said, oh, okay. They good. That's been added. Mark
I'm,
Andrews is the number 2 tight end in the league. He asserted himself last week.
you think he's better than Kittle?
Yeah. Yeah. He's a better pass catcher. He's a better route runner. I think Kittle's a better blocker, but Mark Andrews ain't far behind. If Kittle's the number 1 blocker, he's the number 2. So overall, I think Mark Andrews is better. I think Lamar is gonna beat the Cardinals, and I know y'all don't think in pettiness, but I'm gonna think in pettiness. If y'all remember, there's a receiver who played for the Ravens that was Lamar's homeboy, or is Lamar's homeboy. They both from Hollywood, Florida. They both from Florida.
Oh
They
yeah.
do all of that stuff. And he requested a trade by the name of Hollywood Brown, even though he led the league in drops every year he was in Baltimore and said, I need to get to a better offense. And he went to the Cardinals. I don't think Lamar forgot that. And I think they gonna make a scene against Arizona in Arizona. And he's gonna send a message. You should have stayed with this offense. Could you imagine Hollywood in that offense? Just running straight down
Very,
the middle of the field? It's
very
over with.
valid point. A very valid point. Um, Next
Last
up,
3.
Bengals voice their 49ers. Now, this is a very interesting situation because we don't know who's going to play quarterback for the 49ers. Brock Purdy was in concussion protocol at the end. They say that he does have just enough time to possibly get out of the protocol. If not, um, probably wish you had Trey Lance at this point, but you don't. So the guy I would assume would be Scam Darnold himself. And if you have Scam Darnold, I don't know if Debo is going to be healthy or not. Um, then I probably maybe lean towards the Bengals who need to get it together. This is a tough one to pick without knowing all of the injuries.
Oh, lightning
I don't
delay.
on who.
Lightning delay
Oh,
for Oklahoma and Kansas.
Oklahoma.
Yep.
This is an interesting game. I
What's up,
would
Ant?
like to reserve. I would like to reserve my pick for knowing what their quarterback status is. Without the quarterback status, I don't know if you can pick this game. But
You ain't gonna know to the game. So you just not gonna pick this game?
no, I'm picking the 49ers. I know I'm making the right decision. It's the
So Nessa,
49ers.
I'm definitely going 49ers. I'm not picking against that defense. The 49ers defense against the Bengals have been a disappointment. And
What up, ma'am?
uh one thing that Joe Burrow can't do, and I don't know if he's just now getting healthy, but we thought he was healthy when Jamar Chase had 1,000 yards on 1,000 catches against I think it was the Bills. And then Joe Burrow went back to looking like he was hurt. Joe Burrow can't move. And if Joe Burrow can't move against that 49ers defense, you are in for a long day. Now, the 49ers do have a lot of injuries. But at home against the Bengals, now Joe Burrow's good at home, good on the road, though. You're right, man. This is a hard game to pick.
Thank you.
If Brock Purdy plays, I'm picking the 49ers. Brock Purdy doesn't play, I'm picking the Bengals. That's
It,
my
it
answer.
ain't it ain't
So I'm
cut
picking
and
both.
dry for sure.
I'm picking both.
After you were like, oh, so you're not picking to the game up, then you come back with both, boy, ain't you a
I pick for both of us. You ain't make a pick. I pick 2.
next up, let's be real. This should be called flush it. Flush both of these teams here.
This is what you call
Debate
simulate. You remember when you play video game, you simulate this game? This is a
Sim.
simulate game. Bears
Yep.
versus Chargers. For those on Instagram that know what we're talking about. Bears versus Chargers. In Bears 2-5, no Justin Fields. Chargers 2-4, no Hart. So
And probably more Bears fans in LA. Um, I don't care. I don't care about this game. I don't. Y'all pick who the hell you want to. All right, we get right to Monday night. Vegas versus the Lions. I don't believe in Vegas at all. I
they're
hope that
better than the
Jimmy G
Chargers.
is I just barely. I'm also picking the Lions to beat the hell out of the Raiders.
Lions got
They
knocked.
need their self-respect back, and Jimmy G is a sham. Let's be real here. This is, Lions, don't make me look stupid for 2 weeks in a row. I've been rocking with you guys for over a year now. Don't make me look like a fool 2 weeks in a row, because I still know you got the heart of a lion down in there. We saw how sorry that lion logo was to start the season. That little putrid, anemic line that y'all had. So just beat a very easy team here. That's all we ask. Well, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we have covered everything. We have covered all the college football games. Once again, shout out to all the Hampton people. Shout out to all the FAMU people. Shout out to all the
Norfolk, all the
Yep.
HBCU folks.
all the people who are enjoying homecomings. Me and Reggie, deeply from the bottom of our hearts, wish you a wonderful but also safe homecoming. We really mean that. Just so many things have happened lately as far as HBCU homecomings. We want, rivalry aside, we want you to be safe.
Yep.
We picked all the football games. We are now about to watch all of the football games. Always remember, like, follow, subscribe. There'll be a Splashcast 36 pack out on this upcoming Wednesday. We will do Sunday, where we do the ATL edition. We're gonna have to now talk about the Hawks. It's not gonna be fun.
It's early, man. Only 2 games in.
8 of 35, Reggie.
Not just Trey now. Are you talking about the backcourt? Or are you talking about Trey?
No, I'm talking 8 of 35, $40 million.
Huh?
That man is getting paid $40 million, and in 2 games, he's been 8 of 35.
Our backcourt has been awful. DeJounte ain't been good either.
But at least he had 7 rebounds and 6. He had 6 assists. No, 6 rebounds and 7 assists.
Trey had 14 assists. What do you mean?
And
You
5 turnovers.
And DeJounte had 4 turnovers.
I didn't know you
You can't wait till Sunday, boy. You are a hater, boy.
Well, at the end of the day, this is what I asked for. We done got right down. What you know who get fired next?
Trey.
Ain't nobody left.
Now with Jalen Johnson, look at playing the way he playing. Lord, John Collins, Jalen Johnson look like what you supposed to be.
No. Now we'll talk about that.
We'll get
but it ain't no reason that Jalen Johnson had to wait till this year to play. Nate, that's on you, and that's criminal. But thank you guys for rocking with us. We love you guys once again. Whatever y'all doing this weekend, be safe, spend time with your family, call your loved ones, tell them you love them. Until we meet again, adios.